Ladies and gentlemen, I'm XVII and I'm really sorry for the delay that we've had. This is 2 or 3 months ago that I did the shoutcasting on the other two games. Yeah, it's not really the best, but I'm finally back to shoutcast the quarter, the semi, and the finals of the Nations Cup 17. Now, I probably should do a recap of the two other matches, not only for you, but also for me, myself. So, we started off on Beijing Capture the Flag, where France was probably favorite for everybody, and they also dominated and delivered exactly what we expected. The problem for Italy was throughout the whole game that they couldn't establish a proper defense, that France couldn't get through easily, meaning that Italy couldn't split a few people off to actually be the attackers, at least. At least enough to them actually have them not lose as immensely as they did. But, well, I guess everyone really expected that to happen. On Team Survivor, though, it was a completely different story. Actually, Italy started out really good. They actually were in the lead a lot. It was something like 6-3 for the first part of the game. Then, though, something changed and France actually tied it up at 9-9, and with only 10 seconds left, the very last round was then started, meaning that one round would determine the outcome. France hoping to win, of course, so that they didn't have to play this ace match, and Italy wanting to force the ace match so that they could actually win this best of three. And they just barely did it also. So here we are in bomb mode on a map that I don't really think I need to really introduce to anyone here. I mean, even if you haven't played any first-person shooter, you should probably have seen this map anyway. This is probably the most well-known map in any first-person shooter in all time, really. So, yeah, Dust 2, bomb mode. It's probably going to be very similar. Well, it is very similar to Team Survivor. It has an objective, but still, it plays very similarly to Team Survivor. So because of that, we are probably also going to see a much more intense and more fair game throughout all of this. So, obviously, bomb mode though has a few changes to how this plays, mainly because there are always going to be two spots, and we have these two roles: Red wanting to plant the bomb or kill the whole opponent team, or Blue who wants to prevent the bomb being planted or defuse it or kill all of the opponents. That's the microphone. These differences in the objectives obviously is going to change how this is going to be played. Mainly that Blue is going to have to split up so that they have two on either bomb spot, and then the fifth guy is going to stay somewhere in the middle, trying to keep the middle of the maps secured. Also just being able to help out anywhere if possible. But Red, on the other hand, they don't need to go for either bomb spots. They are determining where the action happens. So they can pretty much go with all 5 people to one bomb spot. Now, normally they will probably either split 1 or 2 off just to go through the middle so that they can flank, or else just to be able to, to flank, so to attack from several sides. Just so, because of that, obviously the blue guys are going to be outnumbered all the time in the start of the game. Of course, to accommodate for that, this map has been given a lot of choke points. It's for the red guys to go through. So even if you're outnumbered in Urban Terror or any other first-person shooter or StarCraft, the one with the more power or just the more guys, if both people are just as skilled, the one with just more stuff or more players in this case will be the one that is winning. So to make it more fair and make sure that at 2-on-3 or 2-on-4 even, would still be possible to win for two guys, there have been built in these choke points, at least to make it so that the red guys have to are being slowed down so much that the blue ones can actually answer with the rest of their team. But still, the point is that that's probably the only thing you would have to remember about this match or this map, where that is important, that all of these choke points are here to slow the reds down and make it more easily for the blue ones to actually kill people. Except for that, there's not really that much more to say about this map. If you really want to make it as simple as possible, this map is really just a square with a plus in it, with a few choke points, as I said, to make it harder for the red guys. So, yeah. Really, question is, can France win, the favorites of this, or will Italy actually make the maybe somewhat unexpected comeback? Let's see. This map has the match has been started. 10 minutes left, or 10 minutes. I'm going to keep saying that, I guess. 5 seconds left now, and in the red colors, dominating CTF on Beijing, it's France, where we already see 4 of them moving over to bomb spot with 1 split off, trying to keep the middle safe. 2 of the Italians have already been killed. No losses on the Italian side whatsoever. Italy is trying to move in. They've actually killed 1 of the French, but it's still a 4-on-2, which seems rather hard to do. Now they are moving in, overseeing 1 of them, throwing a grenade, killing 1 actually, and the nade actually kills another, tying it out. Though still 2-on-1 is still more than you could do anything with, especially against that through that little choke point. You cannot really build up enough speed to not just be killed immediately in this game. France tries again to go for the black bomb spot, as we can see, though Clad has just been killed in the middle. Some warning shots have been put through. France moving in, killing both on the black bomb spot, but Italy has been given more than enough time to actually be able to answer this. And it seems like Italy has actually moved through the back of this, though it's now... Actually, Italy has cleaned everything up here, and it seems to me that they will easily be able to defuse this one. And it's 1-1. Well played. That was actually a rather close game. France started out very, very dominant with killing a lot of the Italians, but Italy just outflanked and just killed a lot of the French while they couldn't see any of them. So by that they actually won. Italy already having realized that they are all on the red spot. France though has been moving in and has killed 2 of them. Italy has been throwing down a lot of the smoke bombs, hoping to be able to just move in through that. Shots are being fired. Italy moving in actually through the middle, as it seems. Though 1 has been flanking. And French fans actually didn't seem to... Yeah, France actually realized it and killed it while it didn't see it. Well, that happens. France actually doing something very interesting. Moving in with 1 to the black spot while the rest are splitting through the middle and going to the red ones. Guess they are trying to poke around and see where they can actually go and kill anyone. Spidey picking 1 off in the middle with a well-placed shot to the head. Hem throwing some shots through the smoke, seeing if he can kill someone or just do some warning shots, really. Okay, Hemp realized that, well, 1 of the Italians were killed, sorry. Over being 1 of the only ones left. His position is known though for France, so he was picked off immediately. And Geomarkets couldn't really do that much in that position. So now we have 3-1 to France. Spidey trying to see if he can go through the middle. Hemp being the only one at the black bomb spot. And just trying to be sure that they are not going to be outflanked. Clad clearing up actually the middle, but having nearly no HP left, so he really needs to be healed. Though Zombie just got killed, so it's Clad is just going to be cleaned up just right afterwards. And actually all of France is being killed, and it's now Spidey as the only one left. It's a 1-on-3. Seems very unlikely, but then again, it's Spidey on 100 HP and all the stamina in a little while, and the bomb. So actually he could maybe just get this with one little miracle. He picks off both of them, and now it's a 1-1, though he has only 10 HP left. So he cannot really move that fast. He's trying to go through the middle. Maybe he did hear something. I didn't. Maybe it's also just because I keep on talking. But actually, he probably did hear Over, who just threw a grenade, so now he at least knows somewhat about where Over is. Both are actually going to meet at the flag bomb spot. Over sees him right as he just is jumping through the bomb spot and kills him immediately. And it's now 3-2. Italy trying slowly to tie this up, and this game is very fair until now. There's not really anyone that is really dominating the other one. France again actually trying to do a lot of splitting that I wouldn't have expected for them. With one of them again going for the black bomb spot while the rest are going for the red one. But it seems to be working out some of the times where one of them is trying to keep it sure that no one is going to outflank them. But most of the time Italy seems to be just outnumbering them, and again Italy wins and tying it up 3-3. And now we are on the 7th out of these 10 in this game. Or in this first round. France trying to move in, but get killed by grenades and a lot of shots. One left, 4-on-1. And Italy just cleans it up really convincingly. What a well-coordinated game. Flanking everything out. There was really nothing France could do there. Again, some warning nades and just pre-nading a little bit. Okay, a few warning shots has been given off. Some of the Italians have been actually hit. They probably should try and heal up. French moving in, killing one of them, but I'm not so convinced if that was really that useful. I mean, Brisk could kill off the next one and stay alive, which is something that is, well, useful. But still, I'm not so really convinced by this movement by only French, because he only got a 1-for-1, and that is not what you want here. You want favorable trades. And because of that, France cleared this up, and it's now 4-4. And 9 out of 10. 2 ones, 2 left. Either this is actually going to be a very close game, as it seems. This first round could be actually tied. Easily. France is moving in all 4 on the red spot. Tigerino throwing down actually some smoke nades, so it's actually not the Italians who were doing that, I'm sorry. And they are trying to plant the bomb, trying to see how much he can get in cover. Losing a little bit of time there though, that was pretty much 5 seconds, but France didn't even need to plant the bomb. They just cleaned up everything. Rather convincingly, 5-4. Very last match, very last round. They seem again to trying to go for the red one, with Zombie being sure that no one moves out from the black spot. He moves out back though and seems to be throwing a grenade, as I can see. Red are moving in on the bomb spot, Spidey trying to kill one of them, but couldn't find it. The bomb has been planted though. So Italy really has to respond now because they are on the timer. And not Hemp, but France are just finding all the good positions, while Italy is moving in. And actually it's now 2-1. Danger though sees where one of the French guys were, but he just couldn't, he was just again outnumbered, and you cannot really kill both of them if you have either of them behind you. So because of that, France actually took that one last game. And it was actually rather close in the beginning, but these two last ones, the coordination of France actually finally got through. And I actually like that little twist they had with having one guy on the other bomb spot just so that they couldn't get flanked, which was something that we saw in the first two matches, or the first two rounds. Sorry, was happening where they actually lost to being flanked. I don't think it was the first two rounds, but it was something like that. So yeah, but Italy can still do this. Now Italy though are on the red side, as I said, so they should probably be able to do something. Like now they are the ones that are outnumbering the other ones, so because of that, I'm thinking that that Italy may have a easier time now, though they have to be as well coordinated as France was. So let's just see if they are that. And 13, 12, and 11 seconds left. The have-funs are being written, and in the blue colors, actually leading right now with 2 points, France. While in the red colors, Italy just needing 2 more points to actually tie this up and going further into the semifinals. We have Italy. Over just throwing some nades through, over the not the mountain. Well, it's sort of a mountain, right? It's quite high, but just throwing them over, trying to pick some people off in the most the spots that most people have. Italy has been moving in, lost as it seems 2 for 1, which is not a very favorable trade. Also, they have Briz on the completely opposite side of the map, which is not the best. Though Briz is actually the one with the bombs, so Italy has actually tried to get the attention away from Briz being the only one at the red bomb spot, which is actually the black bomb spot, which is actually something that I really like. But France are actually now sitting on top of the bomb, and Italy are now healing up and trying to see if they can get in and get the bomb. France have realized that where the bomb actually is and are now all moving over to the black side, though Spidey is going through the middle to see if he can flank Italy. Over is lacking the stamina, but he was expecting the flank, and well, he did expect the right thing, but he just couldn't kill him anyway. Now all of Italy is now going for the black spot. All of them, as it seems. Though, unlike France, they seem to be more passive and much more defensive and much slower and more safe about their movement. They're all moving in, again losing 2 for 1. Not really a favorable trade. Only French actually flanking out, killing 1. But again, this last 2 of France cleans it up, just because the trading from Italy has just not been the best. Tigerino just pre-nading immediately. It would be sure that if Italy was just rushing in, going for an all-in there, but they didn't. There's, again, like the other times, actually rather slow in this, as it seems, which is rather different from France. I actually like that. I like both of them. I'd just like to see something very different that we are seeing here from Italy, being the more slow ones, trying to see where, and then just poking and seeing when they can actually move it further in. And Geomarket's in, over covering him, but it didn't really work. Geomarket's still alive though. Over dead, Danger dead, and Clad being the only one left. It's a 3-1. Except if Clad just picks them off one by one, as it seems. But there's now Clad has to kill one of them before the other one moves in, and he couldn't. Sadly, so that means it's now 1-2 to France, though actually. So even though Italy got that one, France still is in the lead. I guess it's because of the slow nature that France actually are able to build up a proper defense, getting the spots ready, and actually just get ready for the rush-in. But they have cleaned up the black bomb spot, though they are again just diverting the attention from the other ones. But they have cleaned up everything. Actually, the approach, as it seems, from Italy is not to really plant the bomb, but just to kill the opposing team, which is something I sort of like. But I mean, it's you're trying to see if you can just outtrade them. That's what they're trying to do. So what they are relying on is a better skill than France. So if you are better than the opposing team, you don't really need to do any planting of any bombs. You just have to kill the opposing team. So that seems like a fine strategy to me. With the bomb, seems to be covering both sides. He hears I can actually hear one with low stamina from the middle, I think. So we should probably be looking a little bit more out there. And the fighting has happened, or has started there. A little bit healing for geomarkets. And it seems like they're now trying to move in, actually. Briz picking off Clad. Wonderfully well shot. And they're now moving in on the black bomb spot. Briz moving in and actually planting the bomb. Well, wonderfully slided into cover also. Geomarkets just covering the backside, and Briz nearly killing her teammate. Not what you want to do in this game mode. Hemp trying to move in, just poking around, seeing where they are. But I wouldn't really want to move in here. Even though he pretty much has to. Or the bomb is just going to explode. And can he? No! Damn. Tigerin as the last one, trying to move in from the other side. Just too late to actually be able to outflank them, but that means that Italy actually takes a second round. And Italy, not actually just a second round, but a third one. Actually, Italy's in the lead. This just out-trading your opponent and actually just killing your opponents is actually working rather well for Italy, as it seems. Clad has been changing it up for XVIII, as it seems. Hemp moving back for the wet spot. Interesting. As it seems, Hemp is the one that is covering the middle. Zombie throwing in some nades. Interesting. And, well, now we're going to see some action. We're poking a little bit in. No one has been killed yet, or hurt, as it seems. Zombie just covering the middle while Hemp goes in, throwing some more nades. Danger now going through the middle, seeing if he can get someone, but he has been spotted, as it seems. So I'm not so sure how much he can actually do. And there, Hemp takes him down. But a lot of French has actually in the meantime been killed. But it's still a 2-on-3. Easily possible for Italy. At least what we have seen before, Italy thinks that they are having the better skills. So, yes, this should be possible. But it doesn't work if you're splitting up. Because if France are just somewhat together, as it doesn't seem like they are neither, then you cannot really do anything. You have to try and outnumber your opponent. But it didn't matter because Blue just had stolen them for enough to have them win the round, and then have now tied it up 3-3. And we are on the 7th out of 10. Italy seems to now moving in all through to the wet one. With jumping over, killing one, but actually getting killed. He got hit on the leg just as he wanted to get into cover. But it has been a 1-for-3 trade, which is very favorable. So this is going rather well for Italy. Some nades have been been thrown. French not really been fast enough to actually get out of there, so he was hit more than enough to just be killed immediately. France trying to flank them, and actually also kill one of them. As it seems, Over being the last one killing Clad, but something being the very last one still has more than plenty of time to defuse the bomb. And there you go. Actually, France now again in the lead, 4-3. France is splitting up, getting ready for whatever Italy has planned for this round. Zombie and the other one getting into position. Yes, Really like that spot. That's wonderful. You cannot really get hit from there, and you have a wonderful side and can hit pretty much everyone. And with an LR, you have a pretty good, spread for that. So that's really good. Italy trying to poke in somewhere. They have to heal up. One of them was hit for about 50%, or down to 50%. So he has to be healed. It doesn't seem though like they really have any medic, as it seems, or do they? Yeah, they have enough. That's the wet spot. Sorry. Briz as the only one trying to move in on the black bomb spot, and while the rest of Italy is actually trying to divert the attention of France so that Briz could move in, but France just is everywhere and is just cleaning up everything, and it's now 5-3 actually for France, and the GG has been written because they cannot really do anything. France has won, or the only thing that Italy can do from here is just tie this up. But with the two points already from the other match, it doesn't really matter anymore what Italy is doing. Though they have been convincingly cleaned up the other one, or this other round, and with the last one, they may just for the sake of it, get a wonderful cleaning up. They go rushing straight into the black, just see how much damage they can do. But France actually cleaning that one up anyway, and with that, France has won and this best of 3 against Italy, and is moving forward to the semifinals, which was probably also expected. France is probably, as I said earlier, the favorite for this whole tournament, so it's probably expected. Also, with all of the CT capture the flags, all of the other countries not really being that accustomed to playing capture the flag, and France being really known for being good at capture the flag, France is very likely to take this one home easily. But so what really went wrong here for Italy in this this very last match? Well, I think the thing that really happened here was that Italy tried to go for this other approach to this bomb mode, that is just most of the time ignore the bomb and just go for a team survivor style of game plan, where you want to outtrade your opponent and just split evenly. But that doesn't work on this map. As I said, it has been changed and to make a lot of chokes so that the red team is funneled. So I'm not so sure if that approach really was so good. France, on the other hand, actually used those chokes to their benefit, while they actually put one of their 5 guys on the bomb spot just and have him sit back and actually cover it. So, and actually using these chokes against them, even though these chokes should be against the red players or the red team, they can, as we can see, also be used the other way around, because they don't only funnel the red players, but also the blue players if they go through that. So one person put over there will actually be enough, as it seems, to make sure that if blue should be moving through that one bomb spot, that they will also be killed. Because 2 versus 1 is, well, blue would then outnumber them. But again, as I said earlier, with all of these choke points and with all of this funneling, it doesn't matter if you're outnumbered. It just you can just sit back and then kill people. And France, as I said, just used that to their benefit, which was a really clever thing to do that I really liked. It seems very easily definable why France actually won this game, because they actually was playing bomb mode and not just team survivor. So with that actually rather thrilling last 2 matches, the next game we are going to see is USA versus Austria and Hungary. I don't know if I did pronounce that correctly, but whatever. I really have to look that up. Well, but still, that is probably a game that I will actually look forward to. There are a lot of people from USA/Canada that I actually have heard from and are really good and are in some ways actually sort of legends, and they're still playing, which is really cool. So I'm really looking forward to that one. I hope you did too, and I hope that you didn't think that I was really bad. So thank you for watching, and we will be back soon.